Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Hello World. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great day. I'm so sorry. I'm going to start off first with I'm so sorry. I did not make it on live yesterday because I was working. Yes, I worked last night. It was fun. I had a good time. It was an open mic. I was with Vibes in the City. So shout out to Vibes in the City. You guys have to check them out. If you are in Newark, New Jersey, it's an open mic where you can sing. If you're a rapper, you can rap. If you're a poet, you can spit poetry. There's a lot of talent scouts out there. Just a lot of think of it as a training ground for your field of music or in the industry, whichever part you take in. So definitely, it was a good night. I was there as a vendor, and people supported as Newark usually does. Um, and like I said, Newark and Patterson are up there with supporting Be the Difference clothing. So shout out to Newark, and definitely shout out to Vibes in the City. Shout out to LaRue Lounge. That's also in Newark. The food is great. You have to check them out sometime. Um, so that's where I was last night. I was working. Did not get back in until about 1:30 this morning. So I figured you guys would probably be sleeping. And to do this whole setup, yeah, I wasn't about to do that. So how was your day? I hope it was great. Okay, well, before I finish and before I continue on, um, I just want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, turn on a notification bell. Please share the information. Definitely, definitely chime in on the chat. You can call in 201-540-9104. If you want to send an email about a topic you'd like to discuss or like me to discuss, and you just listen and take part in the chat, send it to info@bethedifferencellc.com. That is info@bethedifferencellc.com. Again, I want to welcome you guys to another evening. It was great. Today I am tired, but we have a special guest who will be calling in shortly, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say. She is also a fellow entrepreneur, and she does a lot for her community, but I'm definitely going to allow her to expand on that. So it should be very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, how was your day, people? Talk to me. How was your day? Did you have a good day? Did you have a bad day? Tell me what's going on. Forgive me, I'm eating because I'm hungry. I just came from the gym. The gym was fun tonight. I had a good time. I took a class, and it wasn't too hard, but I feel the results already. So my muscles are a little sore, my legs are sore, which is a great thing. I enjoy that. I love coming back feeling like sore and tired and like I sleep good because that means that you worked out. Again, welcome whoever's in the chat. It's good to see you. Say hello, drop a line, comment below. Tell me how your day was. Let's get this thing started, huh? Talk to me. Well, I told you how my day was. See, I gathered that when you go to sleep really, 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 really late and wake up really, really, really early, I often feel like I slept really, really long. That's how I feel. I feel like I slept really long. So again, um, my day was great. I did have a few bumps in the road today, but I overcame them, thankfully. And, now I'm here just chilling out with you guys, enjoying another evening of Hello World. I like how everybody that knows about the show, they're always like, Joy, hello world. And I'm just dying laughing. Another thing, guys, so every Wednesday, there's a second talk show that you can catch that I'm a part of. It's called the Jenny and Joy Show. That is where we meet every Wednesday around 2 p.m. And we talk about light, airy things to get you through your day. And it's just a fun show. We do pranks, we do comedy, we just talk about everyday life. We have an inspirational hour or a second, and it's really cool. So I definitely enjoy being a part of that particular show as well. If you want to subscribe, I would suggest you do so so you catch the notifications when you turn that bell on. It's the Jenny and Joy Show. And if you want to send a comment or an email about a topic you want us to discuss, you can also email that to Jenny. I'm sorry, the Jenny and Joy Show, the Jenny and Joy Show at gmail.com. Again, excited, super excited because I have a special guest coming on. Her name is Shayna, and she is a fellow entrepreneur and will be telling us about her endeavors and oh, here's something I'd like to talk about. So, what do you guys think about me doing the Harlem Book Fair? I heard that's a really big book fair, and a lot of authors are there. A lot of people are there who are really into books. Now, mind you, I only started this author thing back in October. So, I feel like I haven't, worked up the ranks to be calling myself an author because there's people who write things, write novels and different types of papers, and it takes them years. And mine, actually, all of the quotes that I gathered, it did accumulate over about a year because I started doing those quotes back in February, I believe, of last year. And then I had enough to put into a book. I actually had enough to put into two books. So all of you who actually purchased that book, which you can actually go down in the description and buy, just go to shop my merch and you can get that book. It's called Quotes That Make You Say Oh, From Instagram to Your Hand. They are all original and I can prove it because I have the copyright. So you know that there's no plagiarism. Yes, in life we all have similarities in thinking, but they don't come out quite like mine, and mine don't come out quite like yours. So therefore, it's original. All right. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Tell me, how was your day? Come on, talk to me. You know, um, here I am eating a chip, and I was just telling you guys the other day about how unhealthy they are. But it's quick, it's easy, and it's just something simple to go to fill your stomach. But I am washing it down with some water. So I guess you could say I'm halfway. I'm halfway being healthy. I don't know. um, let me think. Um, what other things that are interesting to talk about while we wait for our guest? Um, Surprisingly enough, if you guys don't realize or know this, but when you own a t-shirt company, biggest thing that you will run into, or if you are trying to go into the t-shirt company business, the biggest challenge you will run into is having the right sizes at all times. Um, when you're a smaller company, it's kind of hard to have, unless you have um, a stipend or a loan from somewhere, it's very hard to stock every color, every color that you want to have for sale, every design in that color and all the different sizes. That's a lot. You can run into having, let's just say if you have five of each size, it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Like you can run into having like almost 100 pair of shirts just by going size alone, having five of each size, right? And then design, having five of those, it's a lot. So, needless to say, I always run into um, having sizing issues. So, last night I probably lost 2 sales because of the sizing issue. Now, most people ironically like larger sizes, and yesterday, those people wanted smaller sizes. So one person, it really would have looked too big on them. So they said they will order. So we'll see what happens when they order. Like, well, they'll be able to choose a color if they want a tank top, a t-shirt, all that good stuff. So if you are interested in going into the clothing business, just beware that stocking and having an inventory when you're on a smaller scale will be difficult, and you will run into sizing issues and color issues, especially if you offer a variety of colors. People will be like, well, I want this color. Can you get it for me in this color? So having that the inventory that's not printed versus inventory that is printed, you run into having a lot of inventory. And moving that inventory could be hard if you're not doing it on a daily basis. So, you got to just be careful about that. Um, what else? I would suggest also testing your market before you start printing things. Like, do a test. See if people like the designs that you have readily available or that you've created. Test to see how many people will pre-order them. That way, if you do decide you're gonna just make it anyway, you can decide, like, you could do it in a minimal or you could do a lot. So that's one thing you can think about when you are trying to start a small business, a clothing line, or anything. Your inventory is one thing that is very important. Let me think. What other things would you need to have in a small business? Definitely incorporate. Now, this runs back into what we were talking about the other day with goals. Please tell me you guys have at least allotted an hour just to sit down, if not to think about your short-term, long-term, midterm goals, at least just to sit down and be at rest and at peace. Please tell me you have practiced that. Please. I don't talk for in vain. I don't talk to be sitting here talking to you guys just in vain. We have to put action to the things that we talk about, right? Otherwise, it'd be in vain. And otherwise, it really wouldn't have as much power or ethnicity to it because you haven't put these things into action. Ooh, I think that is our special guest right now. Let us see. Hello. Hey guys, guess who's here? I want to introduce you all to Shayna. Shayna, say hello.
Shahadah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it?
Shahadah.
Oh, Shahadah. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying Shayna. Guys, this is Shahadah. My bad. I'll tell you a quick story about Shahadah. I met Shahadah in Patterson at a small business event, and Shahadah was so gracious to support me, and I really appreciate it. Even to this moment, I appreciate it. So I'm going to leave the floor to you. Please tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you're all about.
All right. I'm Shahadah, a.k.a. Adore. And my business is Adore Artistry. I'm from East Orange. My Instagram is Adore Artistry _ Make sure you go follow me. And I have a t-shirt line with about 4 different things. One is that to God, strongly believe that you can't talk to everybody about everything. You just gotta go and vent to God, talk to him like you talk to anybody else. Let him know what's going on. Vent to God. Get your shirt and walk around, let everybody know. Vent to God. Then we got the only way. There's a lot of different ways people try to go, but at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself back at that one, because that's the only way.
I like that.
And then I have Thank Your Maker, which, got to be thankful and gracious for everything. And then I have Fason, which also means one way in Creole.
Oh, okay. So what made you want to start your t-shirt company? Like,
Well, it was kind of a just spontaneous idea came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I had was drawing some pictures one day. I also draw, and so to drawing those pictures, I decided I'm going to make a children's book. So I made the book.
Oh, that's cool.
I wrote the book. I drew all the pictures for it, and in the pictures, there are kids who are all different races.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the shirts say different things, like not different things, but say one way in different languages.
Oh, that's really nice.
So, I have Mandarin and Spanish and Creole and English. So, basically it goes along with everything else, like there's only one way.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter where you're from, you know what I mean, what your background is, there's still one way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what made me start the shirt. Like, just went from the shirt to my pictures to making actual shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. About a year and a half, and, I'm learning and progressing as I go,
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out exactly what it is I want to do with the shirts and where I'm going to go with it. I'm also a photographer. I have my camera, and I take most of the pictures that are on my Instagram that, promote the shirts. And I have, a theme, I like the nature, to be outside in, grassy areas when I'm taking the pictures.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like it. It's real creative. So
Thank you.
What the cool thing about it is that I can say that we are kind of related to is I have a t-shirt called Prayer Works. And then I did a sock that had Prayer Works in 7 different languages. So when you said that, I was like, that's so dope. So is your company based off of religion, or is this anything, or?
I mean, for me, I feel like it's not, a religious thing, because, even when I was saying one way, a while ago,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't, the next person might not say, oh, okay, the one way to Christ or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It could be there's only one way to do things, my way. It's just one way. It doesn't have to be, a religious thing.
Okay. No, it's good to clarify that, because when you have Vent to God, people automatically assume that it's a Christian company. So it's good to explain everything so people know, no, because you believe in whatever, you could believe in whatever, and that could be your God or whatever.
Exactly,
so yeah.
Yes, it's no, I did not, I'm a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I did not specifically put Jesus into anything, because I want it to be an open market.
Right.
Whoever you pray to, whatever, your spirituality is, it's just good to just be spiritual, period, no matter what God you're praying to.
Mm-hmm.
So, if your God is Allah, then for God. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I like it. So I'm going to have your information in the description below. So before we end, after we end, if you could just email me or whatever, all of your stuff, even your website, if it's up and active, you could send that too. And then, people can shop your clothing there as well.
Okay.
So, have you been doing events a lot, or what route do you feel like you want to take with the clothing?
Well, I've done a couple of events.
Mm-hmm.
It's my schedule, my kids, I have to make time.
Mm-hmm.
And when the weather gets nicer, I have big plans to be all around with my shirts at the trunk of my car, so look out for me. So yeah, there's a pop-up shop in East Orange now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make time to pop up over there and sell some shirts.
Okay. I like it. I really do. I really, really do. So tell everybody else, let me think. What was What was like your extreme happy point when you like did your company?
I just like the fact that I'm creating,
Mm-hmm.
these things
Mm-hmm.
and making new ideas. And like from the very first shirt that I made, that was like so plain and basic. To like, okay, well maybe I can add this, and maybe I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy, making it better. And it's only been like such a short time of me doing this, and I know that, I'm very creative, and I know I can create more and more and more. So as time goes on, I'm just happy that, something good is going to come out of it.
It sure will. Because like when you go in with good intentions, it's definitely going to pay off, And you told me you make the shirts yourself, right?
I do half and half. I order some, I have them printed, and then I also buy clean shirts and I draw them.
So guys, like if you purchase her shirts, then you could be getting one that she actually created herself. And that's pretty dope to like have an original, because everything that is created by hand is a little different from the other. So like you get an original, and I think that's really cool. We need to start embracing having like authentic like things that no one else can have possibly. That is really cool. I like it. I like it. What other adventures do you think you'll be getting into?
Well, I definitely have another book idea in mind, and want to publish that one. And trying to do some poetry / Baby Sharkish song.
Okay. I like it.
Whoever made Baby Shark, I'm like, yeah, I could have made that song.
Yeah, really.
I work with kids, during the day, and like I'm singing, making up songs all the time. So I'm like, I got this. I need to get in the studio and work on that.
That sounds like a good deal. Because I didn't know about Baby Shark until like everybody started doing the dance on Instagram. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? And these kids, they're like goo goo gaga over the song.
Oh my God, they even got like a club mix now.
Really?
Like, yeah, that song really like blew up.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's real crazy. So what do you think are some of the like, not pitfalls, but more so like things that kind of, make you go, oh, have you run into that kind of experience yet?
Wow, I have, right? I was very ambitious in the beginning, right? So I had decided, like, hey, look, I want to do like a fundraiser or whatever. And I was talking to members of my church saying, like, listen, let's, help me out with this fundraiser. I'm going to rent a space. I want to go look at the space and everything. I was ready to do everything. And people were just like, well, I don't know what I can help you with. Like, just be willing to help. Like, let's meet and whatever. It's just, that was a real pitfall right there when I had, like, a group of people I had talked to, but then, like, one person show up to say, all right, I'm going to do this. So the support system was not there.
Do you find that it's like that, like across the board, like having people to support, like when you go to your events, getting the proper support to like help you out? If, just in case you need to use the restroom, that somebody's there that knows your product well and can, tell people about it. And if somebody wants to purchase it, then they could purchase it from that person, knowing that what your intentions of the product to be can be relayed through that person.
Well, I have some support, yes. So But as far as like me wanting to like execute all the ideas in my head, I need more support.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It does make sense. It's like,
because I definitely want to do events and stuff, like, you know, be a hostess and, you know, do different events or something else that, you know.
Well, did your fundraiser, did you ever end up having the fundraiser?
No, I did not.
Okay.
You know, it seemed like you was advertising on Instagram, and it seemed like, you know, people were interested. Okay. Even a person I knew, I said, "Hey, did you see my flyer?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, I saw it." It was one of those things where I just looked at it and I didn't like it. So I was like, wow, okay.
Wow, okay. Well, at least she was being honest. Did you ask her, like, what you could have done to make it more desirable for her?
Oh, you know what? She told me that I need to make my stuff look more interesting. I guess it doesn't look interesting. I don't know. But
I mean, well, I guess that to each his own. I think we all run into that. Like when I started to, you know, people were critiquing like, oh, it doesn't, you know, they were telling me that, oh, it looks too plain, or, oh, like you should do this, you should do different fonts, you should do. But meanwhile, they weren't adding to help create that. You know what I mean? They would throw out ideas, but not say, oh, you should use this font. Let me show you an example. You know what I'm saying? It was just more like, I don't like it. You should use this other font. Or like, oh, you should use a better graphic. But it's like, when I think about it, these same people that said something were the same ones that didn't even buy anything to help me grow, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
So.
Yes. Exactly.
So I kind of I listened. I did take on some suggestions. Like I used to do, the print was too small, so I made it bigger. And that worked out much better, I believe, because people are purchasing. And then there are other people that say, oh, I should do more designs. And I'm like, well, I think the designs I have now are the core ones that I want to stick with, because I feel like it's important and it resonates. It would resonate a good message to the masses without, you know, necessarily making it look too graphical. And that's not the lane that I right now want to take. So, you know, I guess it all stems down to us being secure in what we want and just going with what we want and making it comparable to people so that it would be appealing to them as well. But they're going for what we want first, you know?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So how was your day anyway? I didn't even get a chance to ask you.
Oh my God, my day was good. I went to work, and then I visited my old job. And oh my God, I used to work with kids at the Jewish Center. And I went to go see them today, and they were so cute. And I missed them so much. And they just made me happy because I missed them. Aww. So yeah, my day was good.
How old were they?
I worked with toddlers. I pretty much know every kid in the building. So.
Yeah, the toddlers are the cutest. Ah.
Yeah, toddlers.
That's so cute because you still can lift them up, but at least they know how to go to the bathroom on their own. They may have an accident.
Not the ones that I was working with.
Oh, no.
We had one who was potty trained out of all of them.
Oh, no.
We had another one that would come and tell you after he pooped. Like, yeah,
oh.
Why didn't you tell me before?
Because I had to squat first. Aw. Okay, well that's a messy job. so where do you work now, if you don't mind me asking?
I work at the orthopedics.
Okay.
So I still work with children, but these children have Down syndrome.
Okay. So special needs.
Yes.
Are they like functioning or non-functioning?
No, they're functioning. Definitely functioning.
Okay, that's cool. So at least, you know, they're fun too, you know.
They are fun. Oh, I have these kids are characters, okay? And there's a few that don't speak.
Okay.
You know, like they'll say a few words here and there, but for the most part, they do sign language. And they are just the funniest. They will have you laughing all day. They're too funny.
Yeah, well, you definitely have a big heart. I can tell by just, you know, how you, your employment status can just tell it alone. Because to work with people in general, doesn't matter what, you know, ailment someone may have, but just to work with people and want to see them do better in life or to enhance their life, their to enhance their experience in life, to me that means that you are a person that gives your heart. And guys, I really think that you should support her because we have to and it's crazy. It's not crazy, but a lot of the topics that I talk about end up with love, you know, about us needing to embrace love and to give love. And what you do on a daily basis is give love. And, you know, you never know what happens once you leave work, how they may feel. Like you probably were like the bright spot in their day for 8 hours, you know? So that's commendable. And I'm glad that you do what you do. We should all try to like work with people on a daily basis. It doesn't even have to be a profession, but just work with people, meet people where they are, help them out, talk to them, just, you know, smile, have a conversation, do something, you know? Yeah. Yep. Anything else you want to discuss with us or talk about? Because, you know, just so you know, Hello World is about talking about anything and everything. So, you know, we cover topics from being an activist. We cover topics about diets. We cover topics about anything like goal setting, anything you can think of, we talk about. Real estate.
Let's see. I've been experiencing some, I don't know what to call it, like a chemical imbalance.
Okay. Do you know like when it started or? Do you know like how it started or when?
You know what? Because I'm a diabetic. Okay. And so I got off insulin and they put me on a pill. And just recently I've just been coming up with all these crazy numbers. Oh. And I'm not stressed. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Like, you know. You have any suggestions? I mean,
I'm definitely not a nutritionist. I'm not a professional about, no, I'm serious because, you know, you have something pre-existing and I don't want to tell you something that could make it worse or better. But I would always suggest, you know, consult with your doctor just to confirm whether something is good or not. But I do know of this guy that I just started getting some nutritional things from, that he may be able to guide you in a better way. I'm also following him on Instagram, but like right now, I've been using black seed oil. It's supposed to help with inflammation, and heart things.
What is it?
It's black seed oil. So, you know, it's basically, have you ever heard of flaxseed oil?
No, never heard of that.
Okay, so black seed oil is like a black liquid, and you just drink it. He told me to take 3 tablespoons a day, and it helps with, you know, circulation and inflammation for me. So far, I've been using the products that I purchased, and it's been working for me. So I could definitely give you his information, and you can talk to him about your ailments and see if there's something that you guys can come up with. And then, you know, he knows more about that, but I would say if you don't exercise, maybe just introducing, maybe walking a little bit and then working your way up to like doing more exercise just to kind of get the blood flowing. And, you know.
I have a gym membership and everything. Like, I may not go, like, I started off going, like, every other night.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll be down to, like, 2 nights a week.
Well, that's not bad. 2 nights a week aren't bad.
But the thing is that's so hard for me with trying to, like, affect the nutrition. The thing that's so hard is, like, I could go for, like, a whole week and not eat any, snacky foods, because that's my thing. I'm like a little Debbie cake girl.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I like to go to the store and get those little Debbie cakes, and then I would try, eating, all these different things, and then my sugar ends up being higher after this day, because although the salt in this food, it might be really low on sugar, but then check it out, I got all this salt, and then salt to the sugar, and then I just don't know, like, what I gotta eat grass all day, and I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you definitely could just get something that's balanced. Definitely. I would say don't give up with your nutrition. Try to balance it out. I'm not against traditional medicine. I'm not against it at all, because I think you can balance doing both, in my opinion. But don't give up just continuing trying to go back to the gym. At least it'll help. I know for me, when I go to the gym, it curbs my appetite, because I get there like in the evening. And by the time I leave, I come back on to say, hello world. I do my little hello world for a few. And by the time that's done, I'm left with just drinking water, or, drinking the drink that I have and sleeping on it, and then drinking water. Sometimes I'll eat some things that are not the healthiest, but we just have to start balancing things more. You know what I mean? Like, you can't 100% cut things out. You can wean yourself off of things, but I don't think you should just cut cold turkey. You know what I mean? I think that's the mistake we make. Like, your body's used to consuming something for so long, and then you cut cold turkey. It's like, then you're going to want to crave it even more, So maybe just gradually, take things out of your diet gradually, and then maybe you'll have a little bit better success at staying off of the sugary foods. You know what I mean? And then you couple that with exercise and continuing your regular medication, and maybe adding some herbal things to it. Maybe then it'll balance out like your chemicals and in your mind and stuff like that too. So I think just trying to balance everything together might help you as well. So I would continue looking in those avenues. Don't give up,
All right. Yeah, that was the only thing on my mind, because I'm like, every night just here, like, oh my God, what am I going to eat tomorrow?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just on my mind. So
yeah, I'll tag you. What I'll do is I'll tag you in his post, and then you can reach out to him, tell him, Joy sent you. And then you guys he'll give you a consultation, and, you talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about with him. And then if you feel comfortable with him, then I say go with it. If you don't, then maybe he's not the right person, but at least hear him out, see what he says, see if it makes sense, and see if there's something that you both can come up with, being that, you're already taking a pill for your diabetes and all this other stuff. So I think it'll work out. I think so. And then maybe too, he can give you some substitutes for the sugary thing. So like maybe using a more natural sugar. So it's not like you're cutting the sugars all the way out, but you're cutting the bad stuff out and then adding the good stuff. So, all might not be lost, and like, at least, fulfilling that sweet tooth for a little bit,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think you're too far off. I say continue on, girl. You got this.
Yeah,
of course, you got this. We gotta have more of your positive clothing. We need to vent to God. You know what I'm saying? We need to stay on the right path. All of that good stuff. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely right.
Yep. Well, girl, I'm not going to hold you any longer because it's getting late, but it was definitely wonderful talking to you. Thank you for, coming on. I really appreciate you being on here and sharing about your business and sharing about your endeavors and being open about how you truly feel. Because I believe the more we talk about how we truly feel is the more we can start healing and become whole. So thank you for sharing. And whoever may end up watching this, I'm pretty sure that they can relate to you and then maybe they'll be encouraged by what you're saying too. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anything else you want to say to everybody?
No. Just want to say thank you, Joy, for having me. Mm-hmm. And hello, world. Make sure you go and follow me and watch me pursue all my endeavors.
That's right. Because we want to see the songs. We want to see more children's books, and we definitely want to see more clothing. So, girl, you have a lot on your plate, so you got to get moving, girl.
Yes, I got it.
All right. Well, thank you again. I'll DM you on Instagram, okay?
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. So that was a wonderful experience. I hope you gained something, had some insight that you may not have known. Remember to like, subscribe, share the Be the Difference clothing channel. And you always have to tune in between 7 and 9 for episodes of Hello World. And if I cannot come between those hours, then I'll probably come earlier in the day. So that's why it's important for you to turn on your notification bell so you'll know any time of the day when I come on to talk to you guys, because I enjoy talking to you guys, but I enjoy more you guys talking back to me. So thank you again for tuning in for another episode of Hello World. Remember to look in the description below for Shashana's. I probably messed her name up again, but her artistry, it will be in the description if you would like to support her, get her products, support her. She's brand new into doing her business and in her endeavors. Support her, please. Definitely buy something below. Also, don't forget to get your book, your quotes book. You can also buy that below. Shop my merch. If you have any topics you want to talk about, if you want to chime in, if you want to call in, please do. Because this show is about all of us, is for all of us. And I think that we all should participate. And so with no other words to say, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Hello World. Have a good one.